So I hope everyone is doing fantastic today, and I'm going to be ranking every single perk from World at War to Cold War. And can you guys please leave a like, because this is the 4th time I'm recording this. My camera is so stupid, I'm hoping I can fix it. But yeah, ranking every perk. All of them. All of them. Not Vanguard, though. We're doing World at War to Cold War, so fuck Vanguard. And the non-Triarchs, no, we gotta do that. So we are going to be starting off on World at War Verrucht all the way to Forsaken, basically in order. And I really hope I don't have to do this again, because I'm going to literally blow a head gasket if I have to record this again. But the first perk we are starting off on is going to be Double Tap 1. I'm putting it in F tier because literally it's 2,000 points, which is cheap, but when you use it, you're pretty much wasting ammo. You're shooting faster than you can actually kill the zombies. Like it's like World at War is good because guns mostly have a lot of ammo, so getting it on World at War is not too big of an issue. But on Black Ops 1, it's like, well, you don't have much ammo. So if you use this perk, you're basically going to run out of ammo by the time you start killing the zombies. So it's really not that good. Next we have is, let's see, Jug. Obviously, Jug's an S tier because it gives you more health on every single game. That's it. You can take like 4 hits before you actually down, which is amazing. Unless you're in World at War Verrucht, and you can take like 20 hits before downing, which is, yeah. Next is Speed Cola, S tier, because, well, you can reload faster, you can rebuild barriers faster, you can switch weapons faster. It's like, this you can do anything faster with your hands, you know? You know what I mean? Next we have Quick Revive. I'm putting it in A tier because it doesn't actually serve a purpose throughout the entire game. Because a lot of the time you just have it to have it. You don't really have it because it gives you an effect. You have it because it provides you an effect. So if you down, you can revive yourself. You get 3 extra lives when you're playing on solo, and on co-op, it revives your teammates faster. Now, what makes perks S tier, also, I just want to mention this really quick, is if they last you the entire game, no matter how long your game is, all the way up until you die. If the perk helps you all the way up until that point, then that's what basically makes it S tier. Now we can go ahead and move on to Black Ops 1, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Stamina Up. Yep, Stamina Up is pretty much S tier. You get to run faster, run for longer, more endurance, all that kind of stuff, and it's 2,000 points. So almost every strategy on Black Ops 1, I think literally every strategy on Black Ops 1 actually, most of them on BO2, not all of them on BO3, but you're basically going to be doing training for most of the high rounds. And having Stamina Up where you can run faster, outrun the zombies and all that stuff, you kind of need it, because if you don't have Stamina Up, it just makes everything so much worse, dude. Alongside Stamina Up, we actually had, where is it at? My boy PhD. I'm putting it at A tier so I don't make people mad. So PhD basically takes 0 explosion damage and 0 fall damage, and if you also at a high enough point, you can flop or dolphin dive off of that set point, and when you land on the ground, it'll do an explosion and killing all the zombies around you. That explosion doesn't really last that long. I think it's like 20 to 25, and then it, isn't good after that. But it's still an all-around good perk. It can, be useful all the way up until you die, but the perk itself doesn't actually do anything to help you, like, survive all the way up until that point. It just kind of is there, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's just a good perk, but Treyarch hasn't brought it back. But it's good enough to be an A. Yeah. After that, we got Deadshot, F tier, because, well, if you're going to need to auto-aim on the head if you're on controller, because you're not good enough to aim yourself, you just need to get good. And on PC, it doesn't work, because you only got aim assist. So this perk, don't even worry about it. It fucking sucks. After that, we actually do have our last perk in Black Ops 1, which is Mule Kick. I'm putting it at D tier. This perk is good if, you're looking at it as like, oh, I can have an extra weapon, more ammo. But if you're looking at it at the downsides, basically you spend 4,000 points to get a weapon, or to get another perk, or another weapon slot, which is almost a pack-a-punch weapon. Then you spend maybe like 1,000 to like 5,000 points to getting a weapon you want, maybe even more than that, and then pack-a-punching it, so it's like 10 to 20,000 points later, you finally get a third weapon, and if you down, you lose it all. It's all gone. So to be honest, this perk really isn't that good if you down. And if you have, like, the main one weapon of the map, and you down, and it's in your third slot, and you lose it, it's like, basically your game's just over. You can't really come back. Moving on to Black Ops 2, we actually do have Double Tap 2.0. Well, Double Tap 2.0 basically can turn any weapon and make it almost S tier, if you're not comparing them to wonder weapons anyway. So you can take, like, an average weapon that can maybe carry you to, like, around 20 or so, and get Double Tap, it can take you to, like, around 40. It's kind of absurd, I can't lie. It doesn't actually work on wonder weapons, like the damage wise. I think it does increase your fire rate on wonder weapons. And if you don't know, double tap actually just doubles your damage and increases your fire rate. So it's like one bullet splits into two. That's basically how the perk works. That's kind of it for double tap. It's 2,000 points, so it's really cheap and affordable. There's not really any downsides to it, other than it won't really work on like higher rounds. After that, we do have Tombstone, F tier, don't care. Basically the perk tells you to kill yourself. It wants you to die. The only uses this perk has is on town, and you can get like all the perks on the map, which is 6 perks. And other than that, you really can't use it that well. I mean, if you have to use a glitch to make a perk good, that perk is awful. And on transit, you have no use for it because you can't get all the perks. So I really don't see the purpose of getting this perk or why it even is in the game in the first place. After that, we have Who's Who, 2 back-to-back perks that were introduced. Really do suck. Who's Who, though, however, it isn't as bad because if you're a really good zombies player, you're able to revive yourself. Now, basically what this does is if you down, instead of getting revived by a quick revive, you can revive yourself with Who's Who, and you can get all your perks back and everything. But the problem is you only spawn in with the starting pistol and nothing else, so you basically have to clutch up and be really, really good at trying to revive yourself. So most of the time, you're probably going to die if Who's Who happens. Honestly, the perk kind of hurts you more than it benefits you, because sometimes it can glitch out too, and you can instantly die if you're down. So not much else to say. It's just a really bad perk, but if you know how to use it right, it can be good. After that, we do have Electric Cherry. If we're looking at the Mob of the Dead Electric Cherry, that's the best version of it. You basically, when you reload, the zombies get electrified near you, and on Mob of the Dead specifically, I don't know why, even on Origins and 2, like, it feels so strong. Like, you can affect so many zombies at once. The radius is so huge. Pretty much what happens is you reload and an electric burst just like shoots out around you, and if you're in a corner and you have a wonder weapon that actually can infinitely kill, you're almost guaranteed to make it out of that corner, because Electric Cherry will 99% of the time save your life, unless it's the boss zombie, of course. But I mean, it's 2,000 points, get it, and it's kind of like one of your best options on Black Ops 2. On Black Ops 3, it's really not as strong. For some reason, it just feels super weak, but I mean, still 2,000 points for a perk. You can almost get it on every single map after Mob of the Dead. It's just there. It's a great choice. It's just not really any downsides to it. After that, I think we have, Voltrade. I also put it at A tier. In terms of Buried, it's really, really good, because on Buried, if you have the Paralyzer, you sit on top of the bank, you can get to round 70 super, super easily. One finger, round 70, and basically what Voltrade does is the zombies can either drop points or weapons, points or ammo, but that isn't really the main effect of it. If the zombies are glowing green, basically you can kill them and they drop like a green cloud, and if you stand in that, that's like a distraction effect. All the zombies walk away from you until like the green smoke disappears. It's kind of like a monkey bomb, but you have a lot of them. The zombies basically provide you a monkey bomb. It's very, very nice, and you always are going to get it on Buried, so it's always there. It's always great. There's no downsides to it. It's amazing. After that, we have BO3. Widow's Wine is the only one in there. I'm putting it at S tier because, well, it can save you at literally any round. There's only 2 downsides of Widow's Wine. One, if you have no grenades, it's useless, but it's really easy to, keep grenades in your inventory, we'll say. And 2, if you're trapped in a corner with a boss zombie, you won't make it out of that corner unless you have a one weapon to kill that boss zombie. But it doesn't work on boss zombies at all. But if you're just on like a normal zombie round, Widow's Wine will always work no matter what round you're on. It's fantastic. It can mess up your train if you are training the zombies. Like if one zombie hits you, your entire train will just get like stuck in webs, and it's really annoying. To be honest, I'd rather have a perk that can save my life no matter what round, and it, sometimes mess me up. Now into Black Ops 4. I'm going to be honest, I am tired of having to repeat myself about all these perks, but I'm ranking them based off of the description they have them on, the game itself, because I haven't used all the perks, so I can't really rank all of them, how I think about them. It's just kind of the game. Bandolier Bandit gives you more ammo in your reserve, so if it works on wonder weapons, that's great. I don't know if it does. I hope it does, because if it does, then it's staying in C. If it's not, it's going in F. Man, more reserve ammo just means like more ammo in your stocks, not like your actual magazine. That's kind of all it does. It's like a super average perk. It's kind of like what you think a perk would do, if that's how you want to put it. Blaze Phase honestly sucks. It's probably the worst perk in zombies, to be honest. So what you do is you crouch. The more you crouch, the better the perk will be. But when you uncrouch, you'll basically zoom forward, like a dash kind of thing. And there's gonna be like a trail of fire that follows you. And any zombies you hit will explode like fireballs or something like that. And as I said, the longer you crouch, the better the effect will be. But to be honest, I'd rather not have a perk that launches me towards the zombies. Please and thank you, Treyarch. A Blood Wolf Bite that also goes in C tier. Mainly because, well, I don't think it's really that good. It does spawn a wolf named Luna, like kind of like a little companion next to you, killing zombies with you. I don't know how good it can be with a modifier, so I'm just going to put it at C because I don't really know, but I know it's not like really that bad of a perk to have. It's pretty decent, but just putting it there. Death Perception, I'm kind of honestly debating whether or not to put it in D or F because I've had to say this perk is D tier every time, but in terms of BO4, I'm going to put it in F tier because it doesn't really serve any purpose. All it does in BO4 is you can see through walls. It can be helpful if you can't find like the last zombie. What's the point of wasting a perk slot to find the last zombie when you could just run around the map until you find it? I don't know. Next we have Dying Wish, literally the best perk in zombies. If you lose all of your health and basically like die, you become invincible for like 10 seconds, and your melee damage increases a hell of a lot more. So if you have the Hammer of Valhalla or you have the Katana, pull either one of those out no matter whatever map you're on, you'll kill everything in front of you. Everything will die if you start swinging either one of those, whatever one you have, and you're in the Dying Wish like effect. Perk is 5,000 points if you have it as a modifier, which is quite a lot, but to be honest, it is very worth it. After that, we have Ethereal Razor. I put this in D because I think it increases your range of a melee. So like if you melee with the ballistic knife, the range is like further, and I think it does more melee damage, and I think it can hit more zombies at one time. I think that's all it really does. It just affects like melees. And unless you're doing the Alpha Omega strat, like with the ballistic knife going for like around 100 or whatever, that's the only time it's really useful. It's super situational. And other than that, really not good at all, to be honest. Next, we have PhD Cider. Kind of the same as Ethereal Razor. It's kind of like, depending on the situation, like you slide towards the zombies and there's an explosion that happens. And it sometimes kills the zombies. I don't even really think this perk is that powerful. Maybe when you're using like the healing on Salvo, that's when it's good, but other than that, it really isn't that good because it doesn't fully negate explosion damage from what I understood from the description, which I thought that's what PhD did in the first place, is negate all explosion damage, but I guess it doesn't in this game. I don't know. I next have Stone Cold Stronghold. Honestly, what you do is you just sit still, like stand still in the corner. There's a circle that spawns like around you, and as long as you're in that circle, you'll do more damage. Which I mean, that's just kind of like average. I mean, you do more damage in a circle. Like there's not really anything special about it. I don't really know what else to say. Time Slip is honestly a B tier perk. Now what you do with this is you can spin the mystery box faster, pack a punch faster. I think you can rebuild barriers faster. It's like, basically it takes all the elements of Cold War Speed Cola and puts it into a perk without the actual reload speed. I mean, there's not really any negatives towards it. I sometimes use it when I play BO4. Overall, pretty solid perk. Next we have Victorious Tortoise. From my understanding, this perk is actually pretty decent. So if you have a shield, which I think every BO4 map has a shield, the zombies, no matter where they are, in front of you, to your side, behind you, the shield will take all the damage no matter where they hit you from. Which sounds really good as long as you have a shield, and if the shield does break, it will create an explosion around you. I don't know if it kills all the zombies, but you never know with Cherrick anymore. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have seen strategies of people using Victorious Tortoise to get to high rounds, and it was like super useful, but I really don't understand how good the perk is. So if you guys think I should go to B tier, I can go to B tier, but like I'm putting it in C because I don't really know. Next Winter's Bane, I'm putting it in A tier because I hear that it's really good. I have used it myself and it was okay. I didn't use it as a modifier or anything, so I don't actually know how good it can be. But if you're below max health and the zombies hit you, there's gonna be like a frost blast that shoots out and freezes the zombies and slows them down and all that stuff. And it's not really any downsides to it. I mean, the recharge time is kind of slow. You have like three charges. So the zombies hit you 3 times. There's gonna be 3 frost blasts that shoot out. And that's kind of all it really does. It is good if like you have a bunch of zombies behind you and they hit you and they slow down and get you out of like sticky situations and stuff. It's a good perk. I don't know if it should go at A or B, but I'm putting it in A because I think it can be really good at the modifier, but I don't know. Zombshell, I put this at C, or maybe even D now, I don't know. But when you kill a zombie, they explode and create this like I don't know if it's like a cloud or something, but if other zombies walk through what they create, it slows them down and damages them, which I mean isn't really that amazing. It's kind of whatever. I don't really see how that could be super good. We're moving on to Cold War now. So Cold War Deadshot honestly is amazing. If a zombie is full health and you shoot, its head, your gun will do double damage. And I'm counting as like all the Cold War perks as like their max tier. So yeah, but basically if you have a weapon that does 8,000 damage in the head normally, and you have Cold War Deadshot, if you just have Deadshot and Cold War, whatever. and a zombie's full health, it'll do double the damage, which is 16,000. It can make almost any weapon in this game good, which, I mean, most guns in this game are good if you have Ring of Fire, but outside of Ring of Fire, most guns can't bring you to like round 40, but Deadshot definitely helps almost every single weapon, and it helps kind of forever because there is a health cap to the zombies. Death Perception, I kind of put that at B tier because it's really only useful in early rounds. You get extra salvage, which, I mean, it stacks up really fast in the earlier rounds. You can get like more armor, more equipment, upgrade your gun to higher rarity or something. But after that, it just kind of becomes useless. I mean, you can get all the perks in Cold War, so like, why not just get it? You can also see enemies through the wall just like BO4, and I think it is a little useful in that sense, because if you hear like a Panzer, or I guess a Kranzi spawn, or you know, just some enemy spawn, you're like, where are they? I want to kill them as soon as I can. You can see them through the wall so they don't like jump scare you or something like that. Elemental Pop, we're putting that at B tier, mainly because it can mess you up pretty bad if you're training or camping. So what this does is at random times when you're shooting the zombies, it'll activate a random ammo mod, so like Shatter Blast, Napalm Burst, or Brain Rot. And this could easily just kill all of your zombies and mess up your entire flow. But if you're not really worried about that, if you're just camo grinding, it can be really helpful because it can kill all the zombies in front of you. It can just do like an effect that could really help you or something like that. And you know, it's overall designed to help you, but it can really hurt you if you're going for high rounds. It also has Electric Cherry built into it after the tier 5 upgrades, which is just great. I mean, having Electric Cherry in Cold War, it's fantastic, man. I'm going to put Jug and Cold War Speed Cola in the same, which is B. They're kind of just like the original, you know, perks or whatever, just kind of dimmed down a little bit. So the reason why Jug isn't as good is because the zombies in Cold War hit so damn fast, and you know, the higher the rounds go, the more damage they do. So if you don't have any armor, Jug basically doesn't do shit. So basically, armor in Cold War is pretty much the Juggernog of the game. One good thing about this is if you are really low health, like you're about to die, like one more hit and you're gonna die, Jug will actually save you and you'll be 1 HP, but you'll lose all of the rest of your armor. So it's like a last save and grace type of thing. But to be honest, if you're that low in health, you're probably going to die. And Speed Cola, it kind of just takes all the same attributes it had before, but the reload is slower. I don't know, man. A Cold War Mule Kick is very, very solid. I mean, there's ammo boxes all around the map, but you would have to spend points to get ammo. But with Mule Kick, if you have it upgraded, you kill a bunch of zombies and the ammo drops on the ground. So it's very good. You almost have infinite ammo when you have Mule Kick, so you don't have to worry about ammo anymore. And with Mule Kick in Cold War, you can get your third weapon, upgrade all that stuff, and if you down and rebuy Mule Kick, you can get your weapon back, which is just fantastic. A Cold War Quick Revive. This is almost a necessity if you're wanting to go for high rounds, because if you're getting hit by the zombies, which they hit you very quick, you start losing health very fast. You want to regenerate that health way quicker than they can actually hit you. A Quick Revive, you almost regenerate your health instantly. I think it's like 2 or 3 times as fast to regenerate, and if you don't have Quick Revive, you'll notice how slow your health regenerates, but if you get it, you're like, wow, dude, my health is already back. I didn't even notice. You know, revive your teammates faster too, but I don't know who uses Quick Revive on this game for that. Cold War Stamina Up. Honestly, I'm gonna have to put it at S, because you run so fast with Cold War Stamina Up, and you kind of need it. If you're going for high rounds and you want to avoid the zombies, you need this, because the zombies will start outrunning you if you don't have it. And you also take no fall damage too, which is fantastic. Cold War Tombstone, putting in that D tier because, well, it kind of sucks. I am not going to lie with you. It sucks major balls. The reason why it even is a perk is because you want to save your other perks and your weapons and stuff. But this perk doesn't really do that. It prevents perk decay when you go down, so you'll keep like your perks instead of losing all of them. But I wish you would keep like half of them instead of only having 3 if you get up and you have all the perks. You also have a Who's Who built into it, so you can become like a ghost of yourself and revive yourself, and you'll have all your weapons and perks when you're doing it. But it's like, why have a perk that's meant to keep all your items, but you lose everything anyway? I don't really get it. And that PSG slider in this game, I mean, it's not on this list, but I'm still gonna rank it. So I think it's like borderline S tier, top of A tier. One, because you take no explosion damage, and we didn't have that like the entire Cold War cycle. And it was kind of needed, to be honest. It really was something that we did want. PSG didn't return for a long time, so we really wanted it. And when you fall from a certain height, there's going to be like a mini nuke that goes off, like below your feet pretty much. And if you have a horde of zombies behind you and you slide into them at the right angle, it'll kill all of them at once, which is amazing. I mean, it can kill all the zombies at one time. It's just a great perk, man. PSG Slider in Cold War, honestly, is an amazing perk. So that concludes the list. This is pretty much the entire ranking right here. Just pretend that Cold War PhD is like either S tier or A tier or whatever. And if you do have a different opinion on this, like if I'm wrong and you want to tell me I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, because I'm really willing to hear people roast the shit out of me for my opinions. Yeah, I think this is my first face cam vid ever, so let me know how you guys think of it. Make sure you do subscribe, leave a like, join my Discord server, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I love all of you. Hope I don't have to do this again.